the Karmic PM.
What is up, besties? It is your girl Karmic, back to you again with another video. And in the spirit of Valentine's Day week, I decided to take a look at a couple. And so I got into basically how Tom and Zendaya happened, where she was emotionally, where he was emotionally, and what their relationship looks like today. And honestly, not upset for once in my life. But there's really not there's really not much that I need to say in regards to this video. So as always, you guys can find me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Links are all down below where you guys will be the first to know about future videos. You'll also be notified of community posts. If you want to book a personal reading with me, just letting you guys know I am backed up, but the sooner you reach out, the better. So all the links are down below for a personal reading as well. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. I'd love to have you be a part of our little group here over on YouTube. Comment down below what you guys can tell me about their relationship, because you guys know I like to go in blind before I go in biased. So I might have repeated things that you guys know. My apologies. But without further ado, I feel like that's really it. Honestly, I'm not used to non-craziness. And for once, I didn't get too much craziness. So this was actually kind of a joy to do, and this is kind of what you guys should look for in relationships moving forward. There are some what nots to do involved in this, but there's definitely a lot of what you should do right. And Zendaya, hats off to her, man. But without further ado, thank you to everybody that sits through 30 seconds of ads. It's a free and easy way to support my page. Like this video if you enjoy it. Subscribe if you enjoy my page. Thank you to everybody that's been sending me tips through the virtual tip jar. I appreciate it so much, you guys. I appreciate you just for being here, for commenting down below. Thank you all so much for sharing my videos. Just thank you so much for being here. I'm so grateful for you guys. But without further ado, there's not much more that needs to be said. So on the theme of love, let's get into it. All right, besties. So let's take a look at Tom Holland and Zendaya's relationship. Forgive me, I don't know who these people are. I think they're singers, right? But before I even tap into their relationship, I just keep hearing the song "I'm Only One Call Away." So I feel like, I don't know if this is current energy, because like I did a 5-second Google search and they've had like people have thought they were together for years. What I felt when I saw that was like, I'm trying to court you. Like, I'm Tom, right? I'm trying to court you, but you're just, how do I word this, Spirit? It seems like, yeah, it feels like she's had her heart broken in the past. She doesn't trust very easily. It's like, you know what this is giving me the vibe of? It's like, it's reminding me of all the rom-coms where it's like the person you were looking for was next to you all along. Like, that's kind of the vibe of this. It's like, did she friend zone him? Because it's almost like he's flirting with her, kind of waiting for the opportunity for her to be ready and open. It's almost like, I can sense that you're someone that's important to me, as if I'm Zendaya. I can sense that you're someone that's important to me, but I've had a lot of heartbreak. I don't know if I'm ready to take a chance like that. Like, I'm hearing the song by John Legend where it's like, take it slow. So I feel like Zendaya had, at least prior to them becoming official, I think she had more of like an avoidant attachment where it's like, yeah, because I'm hearing the song, oh my God, what is it? The song where it's like, would you come to me? I can't really explain it. I'm so into you. I feel like Zendaya has been fighting off her feelings for him for years. It's almost giving me the vibe of like, I'm going to pretend that you're my best friend because I'm not ready. And then something just kind of clicked in her mind where it's like, what am I doing? You're the one. Like, that's the vibe of this. Honestly, y'all, we might actually finally get a wholesome celebrity couple reading, because this feels like, from Tom's perspective, I've been into you for years. You know that I'm into you. And if I have to be your friend, that's fine, as long as I have the opportunity to be a part of your life. Like, it's very much a wholesome energy of like, I'm going to support you. It's giving me, yeah, I'm hearing the song Cheerleader, where it's like, oh, I think that I found myself a cheerleader. She is always right there when I need her. Dude, this is giving me the example of like why you need to take things slow with people, because when it burns hot and fast, it burns out. And it's more about lust and usually like sexual chemistry and energy and stuff like that. Whereas I feel like Zendaya, like, unintentionally friend zoned him because it was like, I'm concerned with my career. I've had my heart broken in the past. I mean, she was young though. So if she had her heart broken, it must have been like some high school shit, or I don't know, maybe she dated in the industry before him. I'm not really sure, but it's just giving me the vibe of like, I don't ever want to get this wrong. Like, I wonder, did she come from like a family that was either unhealthy or like maybe her parents divorced? Because it's just like being very, oh, she's a Virgo, so that actually makes sense. But it's like, I want to be smart about this. I see how the industry affects relationships. I know how, because I'm being drawn to like divorce percentages. It's like, I know how relationships don't work out. So I don't want to like, she doesn't want to idealize love, if that makes sense. Very healthy mental attachment to relationships. It's like, can we build? Can we grow? Because if not, I'm not interested. Like, I think that she's scarred from, like, because I keep hearing the song Bruised and Scarred. So it's like, I'm scarred from failed relationships around me. So it could be family, but it could also just be like seeing what the industry does to couples. Because it's just giving me this vibe of like, yeah, because I'm hearing the statement, what is meant for me will never miss me, which is so fucking true. What is meant for you will never miss you. And I feel like Zendaya I just keep seeing her be like, no, and like jokingly swatting away Tom and him being like, whatever, I'll wait. Like, that's the vibe. So I feel like this might actually be a healthy couple, or it was at one point. If we look in the cards and it says otherwise, I think it started off incredibly healthy because it's like she didn't give him the chance to be more than friends. So it's like, I got to love you for every piece of you. That's the vibe. This is so healthy so far, guys. Like, this is what you want to aim for in a relationship. Slow and steady wins the race. Learn who they are. Yeah, because now I'm hearing Rascal Flatts where it's like, I want to know about your mama, your hometown, show me around. This man was so like, I'm dedicated to the long game. Like, I don't care if I just, like, it's very much the vibe of like, I want you in my life. I don't care what that means. Would I want you to be my spouse? Absolutely. I love everything about you. I love your sense of humor. I love the way your brain works. I love how you can separate work life from, because I'm hearing the song Work Hard, Play Hard. I feel like he's got some sort of admiration for Zendaya that's so fucking healthy. It's not even like I'm projecting my fantasies onto you. It's like, I see your worth. I see you embodying your worth, and I find that so attractive. So I think these guys, at least from the point of them meeting and becoming a relationship, healthy as hell. Oh my God. I feel like this is why I was drawn to bring them up, because I've never really been interested in reading them. And then I was like, Valentine's week, yeah, let's do couples. And then y'all voted for them. So it's like we all wanted to hear a success story, I guess. But I just keep being drawn to like rom-coms where it's like the best friend and you never see it coming. Like there's a movie on Netflix. It's called You'll Always Be My Maybe. And I'm just being drawn to all the movies where like they're two best friends, but they like keep missing each other. Like the movie Love, Rosie, where it's like my ego gets in the way, but then eventually it's like, why am I fighting this? We're best friends because we're soulmates. We're best friends because we're in love. Like, they have a really solid foundation because Zendaya kind of like pushed him off for career and for like self-development, which is like, if this was a personal client of mine, I'd be like, I'm so grateful to read your reading because I never get it this healthy. Like, top notch, at least with the way Zendaya did it in the beginning, because it's like, because he couldn't just jump straight into a relationship, he got to learn how to love her as just her, like no strings attached. Like, I'm being drawn to not the couple, but the meme where Will Smith, I'm pretty sure it's Will Smith and Jada, and he's got his arms out, like basically being like, this is my wife. Like, that's the kind of vibe. It's like, I'm just drawn to so much wholesome shit. Like how penguins will give the person the other penguin that they're into a pebble, and it's like this is me meaning forever. Like, Tom knew it was her the moment he laid eyes on her. Like, I'm hearing Frank Sinatra, and I'm hearing like, I've only got eyes for you. This man fell for her in all aspects of who she is. Oh my God, I love this. I love this reading already. But yeah, let's take a look at their relationship now. As always, this is a legend for entertainment purposes only. Thank you to everybody that sits through 30 seconds of ads. It's a free and easy way to support my page. And if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. I'd love to have you. And let me know down in the comments what you know about these guys, because so far, love this energy. Out of the public. Slowing it down. Queen of Wands. This is Zendaya. Yeah, I'm hearing John Legend, take it slow. It's like we see with this Five of Wands, it reminds me of conflict, but it also reminds me of the public eye. And it's like, very emotionally intelligent, this girl. she got Taurus placements because it's like slow and steady wins the race. Like that's the vibe for me. It's like, whoa, 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 whow. Yeah, this is hot and heavy. I feel like he came on a little strong in the beginning, which is why I think he was friend zoned, because it's like, I'm trying to build my empire. I know it's a woman that knows what she has to offer. It's like a humble self-respect. It's like, I know my worth. You're going to come correct or you're not going to come at all. I love this. I love this energy. This is how everyone should be. Zendaya's got a very healthy head on her shoulders. I don't know if she was born into celebrity stardom, but for some reason, she's very healthy. And I'm not saying like that in a rude way. It's just, I don't get this from celebrity couples like ever. But, you know, Virgo energy, all about building. With this 5 of Wands in the reverse, it's like, I want the naysayers is what I'm hearing. I don't want them in our life. I don't want them in our relationship. It's giving, you know who I'm being drawn to is Joe Alwyn, Taylor Swift's ex. I feel like she's got the same mentality where it's like, keep your public life public, keep your private life private. So it's like, weren't they in a movie together or something? So it's like, let's bond over the movie. Let's have fun. Let's let people gossip, but let's actually get to know each other. Like the 8 of Wands in reverse, slow it down. I don't want other people talking in our ear telling us how to feel and how to think. I want to do that on my own. Very emotionally mature Zendaya. Oh my God. Very emotionally mature. She got water placements too, like maybe Scorpio. I don't know. It's just very like evolved energy. I know myself. I know my worth. I know what I want. I know what I don't want because I've seen it. Does she have divorced parents or something? It could just be seeing celebrity couples go down, but it's just like seeing what things could, what can happen and knowing that I don't want that to happen to me. That's the vibe of Zendaya. I love this. I really do feel like there's some sort of wound about relationships that happened prior to Tom, which I feel like he knew about, which is why it was like, all right, I'll play the long game. That's fine. I'll be here when you're ready. Like, that's the vibe. It's like my door's open. Like, I'm seeing every rom-com known to man. I'm being drawn to Hitch, where at the end, he, like, runs up to her house and he's like, I knew it from the moment that I met you. Like, this man has loved her from the moment he met her. He was just waiting for her to catch up. That's the vibe. Yeah, new beginnings, just waiting. I think she was really concerned about her career when they first met. So it's like, I need to be in my masculine energy right now. I'm trying to build a legacy. I don't need anything to get in my way. So honestly, I feel like that's healthy. Again, like I'm being drawn to this, to the mountain that this guy's standing on. It's like when I can create a solid foundation for myself, that's when I'm going to bring someone else into my life. This is what I would aim for all of my clients to do. Like this mental strategy is so fucking healthy. I wish I saw it more. 7 of Wands. It's like when I build my legacy, that's when I'll put my walls down. That's when I'll open my heart up to relationships. Now, that being said, be careful if you're going to do something like this, because you don't have to have your whole shit together in order to have real love. You just have to have your shit together internally. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to have the perfect job, the perfect car, because someone's going to love you no matter what. And that's like the only, like, I wouldn't even call it a red flag, orange flag for Zendaya. I feel like she's got this, it's not shocking with a Virgo placement. I got a Virgo stellium, I get it. But I think she has this perfectionist tendency where it's like, when I have all my shit together, then I will give relationships a shot. You should just be mindful, like, are you attaching your self-worth with it? I think with her, it was more like, I don't want anyone to drag me. Yeah, I'm hearing the song One Direction, Nobody Can Drag Me Down. So I feel like she did not want anybody to get in the way of her building for herself. I almost see her, like, looking at celebrity couples and being like, this isn't what love is. Like, why are you giving up? Because I'm being drawn to, like, relationships I've read, like Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, where it was like, I'll try to remember to link it, where it was like he wanted her to do for her, so she was taking less roles and stuff like that. She never wanted anybody to treat her that way. So it was like, well, if I build up my success first, then they're going to have to accept me as I am. But to be honest with you, I think Tom was always going to accept her for what she was. But I think after she felt like she was like she had hit a certain milestone, it was like, all right, this is safe. You've been sticking around. You keep showing more than you're, you know, like, people can talk, but they usually don't back it up. Eventually, like, if they don't get what they want, especially with men, sorry, men, if you're watching this, but it's true, at least from my perspective of dating men, they'll give up really quick. They will, because it's like they're kind of more interested in the idea of you than they are of actually you. Like, when it comes down to it, this is where she went right. This is why this connection is one that I'm actually, like, impressed with. She was like, if it's meant to be, let it. If it's meant to go, let it. And because Tom knew from the rip, it's like, all right, well, you're not ready. So while you're not ready, let me develop a friendship with you. Let me get to know everything about you. Tell me about your family. Tell me about your fears. Tell me about, I feel like they've had like long 4 a.m. conversations where they're like doing their own thing hundreds of miles away from each other. And Tom just, he didn't give up. And it wasn't like a place of like, I'm in the friend zone. It's more like, I adore you, and even if we are only just friends, at least I have the honor of being in your life. Like, it's so wholesome. This is the guy that you want to wait for, ladies, and, you know, switch the genders if, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, they were both learning how to be friends first, so I actually have high hopes for this relationship. I really do. Yeah, social media kills relationships. I want a solid sense of a relationship before I get into something. I don't want to have any regrets. I don't want to look stupid. I don't want my relationship to make me look stupid. Zendaya got a hell of a strong head on her shoulders. Like, this is really healthy. She's a very healthy person. I'm honestly shocked. And not because I don't even know who she is, to be honest. I think I know a couple of her songs, if she sings. But it's just more of like, it's like with that Page of Wands, it's like I know how social media works. I know how people with that Devil card, I know how they fall apart because of what social media does and being drawn to the glasses on the Four of Cups. So it's like social media has destroyed relationships and destroyed people. And she doesn't want that to happen. So it's like, I need to keep what I love. Like, I'm hearing the song Treasure by Bruno Mars, I think, where it's like, treasure, that is what you are. They both feel that way about each other. So it's like, do they not make, this is giving me the opposite of Taylor Swift. It's like, do they not make a lot of public appearances? Like maybe just for shit that they do because they're a couple, but it's like, I'm not trying to have the paparazzi up my ass. Like that's the vibe of this. It's like, I want to keep this safe and keep it in a little bubble so that no one can damage our relationship. I love this. I love this energy. I wish I saw this more. King of Cups, Queen of Cups. I would not be shocked if they're soulmates with that coming right after it. Because that was the vibe it was giving me, especially with Tom. It was like he already knew and he was willing to wait and put in the effort. Yeah, it's like, you are my soulmate. I am your soulmate. I'm just waiting for the right opportunity. Yeah, I'm hearing the song by Alicia Keys where it's like, if you ask me, I'm ready. So from Tom's perspective, it was like, I know you're the one. The more I meet you, the more I fall in love. The more I learn about you, the more I fall in love. This is so wholesome. I'm fucking shocked. Like, this is what I want to see. This is endgame. Like, I have high hopes for this relationship. I honestly do, unless the cards take a weird turn. But with King of Queen and Cups right next to each other, this is soulmate vibes. It really is. So, you know, I mean, I think they're young. Forgive me if I'm wrong. But, you know, if they were to end, it would be because they've learned whatever they needed to learn with each other, which is probably healthy attachment. But again, it's just kind of remind me with this King and Queen of Cups with the Ace of Pentacles, more so like, let's create empires apart, but also together. So like, it's reminding me of Melissa McCarthy and how she has movies and her husband appears in like all of them. Although I don't buy that they're a happy couple, but it's just reminding me of like, if we can have the opportunity to work together, let's do it. But let's also remember that we're separate people and we need our own passions as well. So honestly, it feels like Zendaya kind of like, for heterosexuals, it kind of reminds me of like she kind of wears the pants because it's like he's so mushy, whereas she's so like structured and methodical, but like not in an unhealthy way. King and Queen upright, right next to each other. I love this. I love this so much. I really didn't expect to get a healthy relationship, honestly, ever doing this YouTube. Personal readings, that's one thing, but never really couples. But I do feel like they get each other. I wonder if one of their moon signs is similar to the other one's Mercury or vice versa. There's something here where like I'm hearing synastry, which is like, I know it's like a subset of astrology. I don't know how that works. And yeah, 22 on my clock when I said that. I think there's something about their their astrology charts that makes them compatible. I don't really know. It could be like 2 matching water signs because it did come up as King of Queen and Cups. But there is something here about like synastry. I don't understand. I've never learned it. So to those that have, maybe you guys can let me know in the comments. But there's just something about them where it's like it's a perfect match. It is a perfect match. Like I'm seeing 2 puzzle pieces. It's like it makes sense. They understand each other intellectually, emotionally. And again, because they got that solid foundation of a friendship first. Like I see Tom being like in love with her and being like, whatever, I'll wait. Like even if it doesn't happen, like it's reminding me of a friend that I used to have that I knew was into me, but he was like, as long as I get to be in your life, I'm grateful. And like to this day, like he's now dating somebody else, and he's very happy. And we just have a really solid like best friend, and it's never going to turn into anything. But like the point is like, it's that energy. Like I'm just grateful to have you in my life. That's Tom Holland. It's like, I'm just grateful that you're in my life. I'm just grateful to be a part of your world. Like that's the vibe. I love this. I love this energy. Yeah, I think she's afraid of the public eye destroying their relationship. Are they still kind of like, because like I said, I do like 2 seconds of research. I read in the comments you guys want me to keep going in blind, so that's what I'm going to do. But with that 4 of Swords in the reverse, it's like coming out, but only when necessary, because that's 6 of Wands in reverse. So it's like I'm seeing other couples when they're always in the spotlight and it doesn't go well. So is it like this is giving me the vibe of like avoiding paparazzi unless like we need to. So say like I'm Zendaya, right? Like Tom, I obviously want you to come to my award ceremony and I want you to come to the screening of this show, movie, whatever the hell they do. But like, we don't need to be constantly photographed at Starbucks and constantly photographed. It's just like, let's keep business one thing and relationship another thing. And her being in the reverse, it's like, I don't want this relationship to fail because of money. I don't want this relationship to fail because of our stardom. I want it to have, it's like I'm seeing a house with like 2 separate rooms, and then I see one with a money sign and one with a heart. So it's like business is business and love is love. You don't mix the two. That's the vibe from Zendaya, and it's a very healthy mentality. I love that for her. Like, honestly, it's like don't shit where you eat, whatever that saying is. That's kind of the vibe that she's got going on, and that's why this relationship honestly has a really good shot. My only concern is just that how young are they? Is it like before 30? Because I could see it being like, because what I'm being drawn to is like high school, and then like it's college time, and maybe you wouldn't have broken up, but you're going to New York and they're going to Los Angeles. You know what I mean? So if they were to split, I think it would be like they've learned everything they needed to learn. I think it would be a truly amicable split, and it would just be because they both grew and they grew apart, but it would be a healthy growing apart. It wouldn't be like destroying each other. It's nothing like the normal couples I read on this channel. It's like if they broke up, it would be due to them both growing up and growing apart. But I don't see that anytime soon. It just feels very, I love you and I got a lot of shit to do. So I know how to prioritize. I mean, they're both Mercury dominated signs, so they're both very good in communication with each other. They both understand each other. They both understand where the line is drawn. I think Tom, he might have more mutable signs in his chart, so like Sag, Pisces. I mean, he has a Gemini, so that could be what I'm picking up. But it's just the vibe of like, I'm gonna like look at how comfortable this guy looks on the court on this card. It's like he's just chilling in the grass. He's just trusting that the day is gonna be beautiful. I feel like that's the vibe of Tom. It's like this relationship's beautiful. I'm not worried about it. There's no possessiveness. There's no control. There's no insecurities. It's like 2 people with 2 pretty solid senses of self, at least when it comes to the relationship. I love this. This is, huh. Why is the 8 of Cups here in reverse, Spirit? Oh my God, I just heard Jason Mraz, I won't give up on us. Even if the sky gets rough, I'm giving you all of my love. I'm still looking up. So maybe there's like projects that have fallen through with this Page of Pentacles in the reverse. Maybe like business deals that didn't go south, but I almost see them like going to each other for support. And with 7 of Coins, it's like, whatever, throw it away. I'll get something else. It's kind of the vibe of like having each other's back on the hardships, on the hard days. So like I almost see like, I don't know, Zendaya and Tom on the phone, and one of them being like, yeah, I didn't get the role. And then being like, well, you know your worth. You're going to get the next one. It's not meant for you. You're going to get something even bigger and better. Like this is like hype relationship, rely on one another, depending on one another, like putting the work in. I feel like they help each other's stressors too. Like they help each other bring each other back down. So like if Zendaya gets overworked and stressed out, Tom has the right things to say. And if Tom is getting over, because they're earth and air, right? So I feel like Tom gets in his head a lot and she brings him back down with her earth energy. And because she's a Virgo, it's like over analyzing. So again, that mercurial energy, it's like overthinking. And because he understands what overthinking is like, he brings her back down to earth. They're like yin yang. They are perfect. They're a perfect match. Honestly, I'm shocked. Okay, here's where some. So I do think that allegedly, there may be times where Zendaya might hold back love occasionally, and this has something to do with a prior breakup with that Two of Cups. Ace of Wands is something from the past. Page of Cups is detachment. So I feel like there might be a trigger involved in relationships as a whole. I picked that up from the beginning where it's like having trouble trusting because did she have a bad breakup prior to him? Or did her parents have a bad breakup? Something like that. It's giving me the vibe of like, I've seen it before. I don't want it to happen again. So I do feel like there are trigger words that can get her sometimes, or just behaviors where it's like, and it gives me more so like because she feels safe with him, she gets triggered, they have a communication, they work through it. But I think there are times where like she might emotionally detach because she feels overwhelmed, overstimulated is kind of the vibe, which makes sense because in this energy I feel kind of foggy. So I think, I mean, if you have Virgo placements, you've got to understand this. And Gemini placements, again, Mercury ruled placements, they're rough. And I have a lot of them. It's the vibe of like, when things get hard, I detach. So I do feel like Zendaya does have one unhealthy coping mechanism where it's just like, if it reminds me, because I'm hearing the song You Remind Me by Usher. So I feel like every once in a while, Tom might unintentionally do something that reminds her, it feels like an ex that she maybe got her heart broken by, someone that was more of like a player. That's kind of the vibe. It's like I've gotten my heart broken before. I know how men work, and it's reminding me the Ace of Wands usually looks like a dick. So it's kind of reminding me of like, I know how men move. But again, I feel like Tom just proves himself over and over again. So it's my only concern is she might unintentionally push him away because like she's got trust issues when it comes to relationships for sure. But I feel like this is just something to be mindful of. I don't feel like it's anything that's like, they're going to break up. Like usually with the Page of Cups, it's someone that's literally holding a fish in the cup. But with this Page of Cups, it is a baby that has an arrow that wants to shoot love. So occasionally I think he might just come off a little bit, not emotionally immature, just kind of like childlike. And I think that might trigger her because she's like all business. I think Tom is more in touch with his inner child than she is. I think that she's been kind of like bred to be a hard worker and that's all she knows. And I feel like he brings out the inner child of her. But occasionally that gets triggered because I feel like she learned really early on that like my worth is equated to my success, which is not shocking with a Virgo placement. So... But I do feel, especially because in this Page of Cups, right, there's no fish in the cup. It's a genuine cup. There might be a fish on it. So it's giving the vibe, right, of like someone who has nothing to offer. But in reality, there's no fish in the cup. It's just on the cup. It's a projection, but the cup probably has water in it. So, and look at how innocent the baby looks. It's all happy and smiling, and it's like literally Cupid. So I feel like, again... She's had her heart broken before. All she knows is how to be like a busy little worker bee. It's giving me Beyonce vibes. Work, literally. But I think because he's so in touch with his inner child, I feel like he's a little bit kooky and funny and lighthearted. I don't even know who Tom Holland is, to be honest with you. Was he in One Direction? Do I have that right? I don't know. Maybe. I don't freaking know these guys. But again, I just feel like there's some inner child wounds with her where it's like it's hard for me to like put the work down and just have fun. I don't think she really knows how to do that. I think she knows that work is what creates my happiness, which again, you have to have a mixture of both. And I feel like that's another reason that they're kind of good for each other. I feel like he is a little bit more like more play, less work. She's more work, less play. So they yin yang very well. They mesh well together. Star in the reverse. Scene. Yeah, again, it's like I've seen what other couples have gone through where they fail miserably. Are they have they been together for like a while and marriage hasn't happened or anything? I think she has a hang up about like marriage and stuff like that with that Justice card in the reverse. It's like I know what it does to people. So again, like, did her parents have a divorce or something? Was someone around her that had a divorce? Or maybe it's just watching celebrity couples divorce. But it's just like, I don't want that shit to happen to me. So again, it's like she's a little bit, she still kind of has her guard up with him. But I feel like he just has no problem showing her that, like, I'm never going to change. I'm never going to hurt you the way that you think that I am. I feel like he's just going to continue to prove himself to her, which is a little unhealthy. Like, eventually, girl, you got to accept that he is who he says he is. He's been around for how long? He was okay with being your friend. Like, trust him. But I don't know. I feel like she has a hang up about relationships as a whole, because it's like, I don't want to look stupid. I feel like this also has a lot to do with all these female celebrities currently getting dragged. Like, I'm being drawn to Ariana with Ethan Slater and how she had to do the yes and it's like, I don't want that shit for me. Like, that's the vibe. It's like, she's definitely more girl next door. I'm seeing like Princess Diana in my mind's eye. It's like, I just want to, it's very if like Joe Alwyn dated Joe Alwyn, like, that's the vibe. It's like two of them coming together. It's a perfect match, honestly. But she might be if this were to break up, it'd be for one of two reasons. She got triggered because he's very much connected to his inner child and very much love, love, love. And not even in an unhealthy way, just like very comfortable embodying it. So that could be one way it would fail. Or they're young, so I could see them outgrowing each other, but it wouldn't be like, it would be amicable. It would be like, we can't make this work anymore. We've both changed. And because I'm being drawn to the show Doctor Who. There's an episode where it's like, hold up, I lied to you. That episode too, but now I'm being drawn to a movie, and that one's a better example. There was this movie I watched where the guy died in a helicopter crash, but like 4 years later, it turns out he was alive. And she moved on, but she also changed who she was. So when she actually re-met her husband that died 4 years ago, they both realized that they weren't the same people that they were when they first fell in love. And there was no hate, there was no animosity. It was just, years have passed and we have grown. So that would be the only other way I see them failing at anything. I don't see him being like the type to cheat, even though I think that's something she's very concerned about. And I honestly would not be shocked if this was a couple that actually gets married and lasts the test of time with the energy that it is currently. 6 of coins upright, baby. Equal give and take. There's that internet. Yeah, it's like we need Queen of Swords in the reverse next to that 6 of Swords. It's like we need to make sure how we get seen. And I feel like they've paid off paparazzi before, allegedly, and for entertainment purposes only, with that 6 of Pentacles. It's kind of giving me the vibe of like, don't put that out, don't say that, but not in like a Taylor Swift, I have to hyper control things. It's more like, can you please let us be private? Like, I almost see them being like at a restaurant and seeing someone and being like, you could take this picture of us, that's fine, but if you could either like wait to post it, or, you know, I'll pay you and don't post it, just show it to your friends. It's just giving me the vibe of like notice how there's a shark in this 6 of Swords, where it almost kind of looks like the father's trying to save the child from the shark in the water. That's kind of the vibe. It's like, I want to save our relationship from the sharks outside. Does that make sense? Where it's like, I know how people move. We don't need the next news story to be, oh, they looked like they were fighting, when in reality they were just having a healthy conversation. You know what I mean? With that Queen of Swords in reverse, I feel like they have like hard conversations that most people refuse to have. Very evolved energies. I love this. Love this energy. I wish I got this more. Yeah, it's like, I'm going to keep this hush-hush because I've had my heart broken before. Look at how the woman in the Hermit is like, she's naked. It's like, I don't want to be exposed. Look at that with the light right there, the flashlight right next to her foot. It's like, I don't want to be exposed. It doesn't feel like she had a public relationship that went bad. It's just more like, with that Temperance in the reverse, now that I'm starting over, I don't want to do it in the public eye followed by the Hermit, because I know how heartbreaks happen in the industry. This is so healthy. What's the back deck? 10 of Cups. Are you kidding me? Oh my God, I wish this was all my readings. I'm so glad I did this for Valentine's week. Wheel of Fortune, Opportunity, 3 of Coins. Oh my God, and now I'm hearing Rihanna, we found love in a hopeless place. It's like I just see them being like cute and flirty at work. It's like, no, like I can't. But it's like, now I'm hearing the song You Are My Everything. I don't know if it's Backstreet Boys or NSYNC, one of them. Bro, they fell in love at work. She just fought it for years before she was like, you know what? I think now's the time. I'll let this happen. That's the vibe. Yeah, with 10 of coins in the reverse, again, it's like I need to build my stability first, my sense of self, who I am, before I allow anybody else in. 8 of coins, that's work. And then 2 of wands, that's friction between two people. She felt the tension the moment they met. It's like the moment I locked eyes with you, I knew. But it's like, you're going to have to prove it to me with that 8 of Pentacles. You're going to have to wait until I feel a solid sense of self. And then if you're still around, great. And if you're not, then it's not meant to be. She did this in such a healthy way. Yeah, the Empress in reverse, she could have mommy issues, but that's also a lack of self-worth, lack of self-care. I feel like she didn't know who she was when she first met him. So it was like, it's the vibe of whatever's meant for me will never miss me. That's the vibe she was in, and that's why she got her man. Yeah, I feel like people have put on a persona with her before, and it's like, I'm going to see that your actions match up with your words, because if not, that mask is going to slip off. And we're actors, so I know how we can portray something that we're not. So let's see if you could stand the test of time. The High Priestess in the reverse, it was like she didn't want to trust her intuition right away. She wanted him to work for it and prove it. 8 of Swords, she didn't really trust relationships like that. Wow, this is the healthiest couple that I've yet to read. Holy shit. Let's pull some love oracles to end this, because this one was easy, y'all. I wish I read more people like this. This is what you should aim for, guys. This should be your couple goals. If you want to sit here and do some fandom shit and like worship couples and stuff, this is the couple. This is the couple to vibe, to love, because they're not faking it, and usually they're faking it. Not this couple. So, yeah. All right, so we're going to end this with some love oracles and call it a day, because honestly, this relationship seems pretty, yeah. So as always, thank you to everybody that sits through 30 seconds of ads. It's a free and easy way to support my page. Thank you so much to everybody that's been donating my virtual tip jar in the description box. I'm so grateful. You have no idea. I'm so appreciative. And just know that it goes right back into what it is that I'm doing. So you guys helped me create this page. So thank you guys so much. And thank you to everybody that's subscribed. If you haven't, please consider. I'd love to have you here. And yeah, let's finish this off. Okay. Healthy choices. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, it's like, I think she was in a place in the beginning where it was like, if you're meant to be, you'll stick around. If you're meant to be, we'll stand the test of time. Because I did see how, like, he dated someone back in, like, 2020 or something. There was another girl at one point. It's like, if you're meant to be mine, then it'll happen when it's meant to. She was really focused on herself, making a life for herself. I feel like she felt like she was in like the prime of her life, like the start of creating something, because it's giving me like Rihanna, Beyonce. It's like creating a legacy for myself. And it's like with the mask for this, it's like they're both fighting what they know is in their heart. It's like, we're just going to be friends. We're just going to pretend like we don't have this very obvious sexual chemistry between us. Like usually when I see the mask card, it gives me the ick, but when it's right next to healthy choices, it's like we were fighting the love that we knew we felt for one another. That's the vibe. Let's see. I love how it says not showing true feelings on the card. Date in the reverse. She was pushing this off as much as she could. Yeah, again, focusing on self. It's like, I need to build who I am first, and then I'll see if you fit in with what I'm making. It's like, you know what I'm being drawn to? And this is a weird example, but it works. How a caterpillar turns into a butterfly, right? I feel like when they met, she kind of perceived herself as in like the liquidation phase of, yeah, because 5:55 was on my clock, as I just said that. Where it's like, the caterpillar's not yet a butterfly, but it's not a caterpillar anymore. It's turning into something in the chrysalis or whatever you call it. So I feel like she was kind of like feeling like she was the goo. She wasn't yet a butterfly. Yeah, I'm hearing the song, I'm Not a Girl, Not Yet a Woman. I think it's Britney Spears. And it was like, if you're meant to be mine, if we're meant to be together, then you're going to be here when I finally get out of the chrysalis and I know who I am. That self-worth on there. It's like she's going to build herself before she introduces him into her life. Because she knew that, because I'm hearing like, Sade, this is no ordinary love. She knew. Yeah, not today. In the reverse, it's like, I'm going to wait. And then when it's time, we'll know. Not today, but soon. Because the not today is in reverse. So it's like, it'll happen once I find myself. It'll happen if it's meant to, when I feel comfortable. Very healthy. Love this for her. I wish more people moved like this. This is goals. This is, if y'all want to celebrity worship, highly recommend these two. Very healthy. Abundance in the reverse, again, it's like she wanted to build a legacy for herself first. I keep being drawn to Beyonce and Jay-Z, so I almost wonder if she's got an ick of like, I don't want you to be able to take credit for what I've created for myself, because that's kind of the vibe too. It's like, I just keep being drawn to Jay-Z and Beyonce, and it's like Jay-Z helped her with a lot of stuff. You know, he's a producer and stuff like that. And I feel like Zendaya's like, I don't want anybody to be able to say I created this but me. So again, it's just like, was she in a more pivotal place than she is today? It's just giving me the vibe of like, I'm building my legacy. I will create that alone so no one can touch it but me. And then I'll add somebody else to my life. I don't want anybody to be able to take credit for this, or just, you know, like very healthy, very strong-minded. She's got to have Taurus placements. I feel Taurus in this, maybe some Scorpio. It's just like I know my emotions, but I got to steer the course. It's definitely giving fixed energy. Like, got to make sure my abundance is successful first, and then I'll see what happens. Yeah, it's like you can't touch my heart until I'm fully ready. Codependent, why? Seduction. I think this is telling me more about, again, the relationship again. It's like she had her heart locked down. I feel like in the past she dated people that made her feel like she was less than, and she was like, never again. And so notice how, remember that Page of Cups had a Cupid's arrow on it? It's the vibe of like, he was trying to lay it on thick, and she was like, I'm not having this be another lesson instead of a blessing. If you're meant to be with me, we'll make it work. That's the vibe. Like, I'm repeating myself at this point. He, like, notice how it's like on Seduction, they're on a desk, which is given the vibe of like work. It's like they flirted a lot work-wise, but it's like, I can't, not right now. It's not the time. And Tom was like, I know I'm going to have you eventually. Not in an unhealthy way, but it's like, I'm just going to keep proving you that I love you, really care about you, and you'll see it because I'll show you with my actions. You won't have to think that it's just my words. I feel like she might have dated someone in the past that was all talk, no action, that probably took advantage of her. Like I see like Pinocchio and Strings. So like, was she cheated on or something like that? Bad heartbreak? Because it's just like, yeah, because I'm hearing the song from Malcolm in the Middle where it's like, you're not the boss of me now. So it's like, I'm not going to let a man do me like that ever again. So she kind of got emotionally avoidant a little bit, but I just see him like ice pick, like chipping away at the ice around her heart. It's like, I will make you love me, and not in an unhealthy way. And I'm going to stand the test of time. Like, I'm being drawn to, this is so random. I don't know if this is a real thing or if I just saw it in a movie, but like everybody has to put their hand on a car, and you have to stand there pretty much until the last person drops. So whoever has their hand on the car for the longest, and they end up like some people will last like a week, and that person wins the car. That's kind of the vibe. It's like she's the car, and men have been interested in her, and she's like, yeah, but what else do you have to offer me? And he's the one that has his hand on the car, like, I'm going to be here. I'm still going to be here. And when you're ready, you're going to see that I'm still here. Like, that's the vibe. I love this. It's super healthy. Who would have thought? I think she had to heal some shit about past relationships before. Yeah, it's like, with the hand of cards in the reverse, so not taking chances. Axe in the reverse is a breakup, but it's in the reverse, so it's giving me past energy, and then not enough, but also in the reverse. It's like someone else hurt my self-esteem. I need to work on myself. I don't take risky moves. Yeah, because now I'm hearing I make money moves. So it's like, let me build my life up first, and what's meant to be will never miss me. Vibes, girl. This girl is a vibe. He came in to mirror her, but in a healthy way. Like, this is what you're worth. Let me remind you of what you're worth. Let me show you. This gives me the vibe of like someone who did her own self-care work, and she drew in the right person because she was doing the work. And whereas in a mirror, I usually see something where it's like they're mirroring your wounds, which I do feel like he did, but it's like in a positive way. Like by showing up, by proving that he's not going to go anywhere. It's like, you're triggering me because you're showing me all this love. But I feel like in the past for her, it was a lot of words without actions, whereas it was triggering for her because she had never seen what healthy love actually looked like until she met him. Boom, love card right after that. It's like, I have a big heart too. It's two givers coming together. It's like, let me show you, let me prove it to you. I love this. I love this. Yeah, I feel like they have some sort of soul contract. Twin flames in the reverse. I like that because, listen, I don't even know how I feel about twin flames because it really sets you up to ride for unhealthy karmic relationships. So I would say to anybody that follows me to aim for a soulmate, not a twin flame. It's usually just chaos and chaotic. You might be set up for a twin flame. That's up for you to decide. But I've seen it do more damage than it's done good. And it makes a lot of people hang on to unhealthy relationships because they might be the one. And more often than not, they're not. They're not the one. They're like a false twin / karmic. But with this, with twin flames in the reverse, it's giving me healthy mirroring energy followed with that mirror card. But then with that big love card in the mirror holding the heart, it's like he brought her heart back to life. This is adorable. What's the back deck energy? Yeah! It's like I'm psychic. He brought her heart back to life. She had been through some shit, and so she went into the avoidant phase where it's like, I'm just going to focus on me and my work, and I'm not going to let anything get in the way of that. And he just started chipping away. It's very sweet. It's very cute. Yeah, he helped heal her heart, but she was already doing the majority of the work. Why is Paradise in the reverse, Spirit? This is giving me like Wheel of Fortune in the reverse vibes. It's like, it's only a matter of time. And then you can, it's like when you let love in on your own, when you believe in love again, when you've finally healed and you can trust and you're open to it, that's when real love comes in. Otherwise, you're going to attract karmics. And I think she knew that until she learned to love herself, she wasn't going to attract anybody that knew how to love her, because she was in a headspace where she's like, I need to know what love really looks like. What does it mean for me? This is so fucking healthy. This is goals, you guys. Like, why don't people rep this couple? Because fuck yeah. But it's just the vibe of like, when I figure out what happiness looks like to me, that's when I'll introduce somebody else into my life. When I show myself what love looks like, that's when I'll start looking for love. But I'll be damned if I repeat these unhealthy decisions again. Yeah, dragonfly. Remember how I was saying, like, I saw a butterfly? It's like when I'm starting to grow, that's when newness can come out. That's when I can try new things. Yeah, but until then, passion in the reverse, ascending in reverse. I feel like I just keep hearing, dealing with a heart I didn't break. So I feel like Tom was just kind of waiting for his time while she was healing from something else. So yeah, guys, this is not going to be one of my hour-long readings because that was just black and white and beautiful, and I wish that I got more of that. So I'm rooting for these two because wow, great energy. Wish I saw that more often. But yeah, there's really not much else to say. I got high hopes for this relationship. Like I said, the only way I see this failing is like growing up and then growing out of each other. That is possible, but that's possible with every relationship. This relationship feels very healthy with the track that it's on. I have high hopes for them. This is good. I wish I got more readings like this, but I got nothing else. So if you guys enjoyed this reading, please give it a like. It really does support my page. If you have any other ideas, let me know in the community posts, preferably, but you could throw them in the comments as well. Subscribe if you haven't already. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. All the links are down below. If you want to book a personal reading with me, I am backed up, but links are down below. So, reach out as soon as possible and I'll try to get you in as soon as possible. But yeah, share this video with other Zendaya, Tom Holland fans because yeah, this looks legit, guys. For once, I can say it actually looks legit. But thank you guys so much for watching my videos. I appreciate you guys so much. Don't forget to vote in the community post for future videos so that I can make it happen for you guys. I love you, besties. Stay true to yourself. Listen to how Zendaya moves because that's a perfect example of how to get healthy, unconditional love instead of these toxic karmic relationships that are just thrown in our faces day in, day out. When you love yourself first and you know what love looks like, you're going to bring that in, and that's exactly what Zendaya did. I wonder if she has practitioners in her family or something because she did it right, and I wish more people moved like that. But as anyways, English, yeah, that's my Gemini moon for you. I hope you guys have a great day, and thank you guys so much for watching, so take care.
The Comic, the